way, welcome to What Are the Odds of Football? My name is Anika, and I've got the gang here, and I've got my co-host BK. BK, talk to me, dog. Talk to me. Are you good?
Sure. No, I'm good. We now call him CR700, not CR7.
Why?
Just wanted to put it out there.
Why?
The 7 has a meaning.
Man, two wrong things happened this weekend.
Just wanted to put it out there before the haters start talking.
Why? Oh, okay, sharp. Gentlemen, G, are you good?
I'm good. Nothing much apart from the fact that my team is actually playing a final tomorrow. Not sure if you guys thought of that, but tomorrow is our decider. But we'll see what happens.
Pretty, talk to me.
Have nothing to say. It was a great week of football. Let's get to it.
Away, Jets. Let us get into the Barclays Premier League. And let's talk about it. Man.
Let's go.
All right. This is how the table looks after the weekend. Arsenal on top. City just behind them with a point. And then the rest. Let us get into the first result of the weekend, which was Manchester City versus Southampton. The result here was a 4-0 win for City at the 80th. PK, no surprises?
Very standard stuff, very standard win. The only surprise is that Haaland didn't score more than one goal, but maybe he's saving the goals for the Champions League. I don't know.
He's actually not starting today.
Yeah. That is true. 4-0, very standard. Good one on City.
G, do you think that Haaland missing the World Cup is going to be unfair to the other teams when we return to the league in January?
Definitely will be unfair, I would say, depending on what he actually does for that man. Because normally players like Ronaldo or Haaland, like strikers, Benzema, what they do for holidays is exercise, they train, they make sure that they stay fit. And by the fact that he won't be playing at all, he will be that one threat. He will continue being a threat. I'm not saying obviously he won't lose chemistry or anything because the whole team won't be playing. So definitely he will be a threat. He will be more fresh, more energy, and more everything.
Pretty.
For me, I feel like it's gonna be a disadvantage to you. Being a striker, I feel like you need to play as much games as possible. Official games. You need to be on the pitch, actually. You understand? You learn through each and every game as a striker. So when other players come back from the international break, whatever, I feel like they would be more advanced than him. But then it's a gamble, actually. It can be good, it can be bad for him. For his fitness, it can be bad, but other side, it can be good also. So hopefully it's gonna be a positive thing for him. Let's wait and see. The World Cup is here. Only a few weeks left.
I don't know if I'm excited. Maybe summer football is exciting me. And of course, Messi's World Cup. The other result this weekend was Chelsea, who beat Wolves at Stamford Bridge by 3-0. PK, are Chelsea back?
For me, let's see. I'd like to see them play against a top team. Obviously, we're playing them quite soon. Next week, Wednesday, we're playing Spurs, and I think that weekend we're also playing Chelsea the Saturday. So if I may call Man United a big team, I'd like to see them play against a big team. Don't hate.
Controversy.
Don't.
Okay, you can
Yeah?
continue. No, you can finish.
No, I was saying the good thing with regards to Chelsea right now is that they're doing what they're supposed to do against small teams. That's what I can see. That they're picking up points where they're supposed to pick up the points. But let's watch them against a bigger team and see what happens. But I still stand by what I said, that United will finish the season above Chelsea.
Okay.
So let's see. We'll see.
G.
For me, like, okay, with Deacon's point saying that maybe United above them, I think it's quite a tricky one because both teams have new coaches, right? Especially Chelsea, like it's the latest coach. Yeah, they are winning, but they were playing against Wolves. I know Wolves are capable of scoring, but I think that we should give them probably 4 to 5 games and at least play a big team and beat them. Then we can say that they're playing. Not beat them by 1-0 or 2-1, something like that, or a 90-minute goal, or this other team having a red card and then you beat them. But just play a team like United, Arsenal, because I do believe that even Arsenal can still challenge Chelsea, given that we think that they are back. So for now, I won't say that they're back, but we can see positive signs.
Pretty, were you able to watch the highlights for this game or the game itself?
I don't really remember. It was a busy weekend. I don't really remember much from the weekend.
This is why I wanted a Chelsea fan here today. For this next question, BK, did you check the highlights?
Not really, not the Chelsea one. I checked other highlights, but I didn't dive too much into the Chelsea one. No.
But what I really saw actually from the fans of Chelsea, because the coach actually, I follow Koulibaly. Is one of my favorite defenders actually. He's being hyper. And I understand why he's being hyper. He's a good defender. That's why I always say that for me, Chelsea, they have the best defense actually in the Premier League. For me, you understand? They just need, if you have the likes of Chris James, Koulibaly, Thiago, like Cucurella, you have the defenders, you understand, to challenge those.
That's what Tuchel said.
Yeah, you understand. That was his aim, actually, to start from the back, you understand. But the leg from the goalkeeping department, which I'm worried about, because mostly their goalkeepers, their first choice and second choice, they are making mistakes actually, especially in big games. They lack that thing. So but they're protected by the best defenders. But I feel like Chelsea are gonna do well. They're gaining the momentum. Understand? So for me, hopefully they're gonna be a threat actually to big teams, because they are one of the big teams. Especially if they continue with the momentum which they have now. Especially after the win of AC Milan. So you can tell that the players want to win now.
All right. What I actually wanted to talk about was Pulisic scoring in that game. And he cried, man. It's been tough for the boy at Chelsea, especially in the last few months. So I don't know if I should say I'm happy for him, but hey, man, you become happy for someone when they're happy. Let's stop being black about it. Big ups, man. I'm sending this one to you, Pulisic. If one day you see this video and you've won the Ballon d'Or in your dreams.
Why are Chelsea being selfish? They should have given us the boy, Binky. They should have given us the
Look
boy.
who's talking.
Then for me, I did want
Look
him
who's
in my
talking.
team. I did want him.
Is a United fan talking about selfish?
Yes, they're being selfish. They could have given us the ball.
But I think on my side there, especially with what G said about the two coaches, I feel like United are in a better space in terms of their coach, because I mean their coach had the whole of preseason. He brought in players that he wanted to bring in, whereas Graham Potter is adopting a team that's already there. That was in preseason with Thomas Tuchel, and it's quite different. So I feel like on that side, United have the edge, And I have said to you a number of times that we don't realize this, but United in these 8 games have faced 3 of the top 6.
Yeah.
So, of which Chelsea have not. Teams like Chelsea have not. So I feel we are in a good position, better than what Chelsea are. Hence, I'm saying I would tip us to finish above them, or certainly December, going into the holidays, definitely above Chelsea, if not finish the season above them, because we're in a better position all round.
Away. BK, tell me, looking at the top 5 now, is the top 4 between that 5 teams? Or are we leaving out someone?
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying we're leaving out Liverpool, eh?
Yeah.
But at this moment in time, we have to and think about it. Next week they're playing City. Should United win, for instance, and they lose against City, suddenly United is 8 points above them.
Yeah.
8 points above Liverpool. You understand? So I would say top 4 is between those teams. I would say top 4 is between those 5 teams. Liverpool for now, no.
Do you agree? Brighton, Newcastle?
Brighton, for me, okay, they are winning their games, they have draws, they have a few losing. But I would also agree with BK in this case that we are actually missing Liverpool. Yeah. That's what we all expected, actually. Liverpool being in the top 4. I'm not saying them capable of winning the league, but for my top 4 out of 5, I would actually have obviously Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, United, and Tottenham, because I have a very strong feeling that Liverpool are still lacking. Like there's something short, especially when I watched that game when they were playing against Arsenal. You could see that it's not that Liverpool. And we don't know, like, what are they planning on improving. We see their mistakes. We see the way they're wrong. We see Trent and Arnold. We see that they're not pressing like they used to press. What difference can we make? Like what will change? Are they going to beat the small teams and try to get to the top 4? Because they're even losing against the small teams. So for me, I would still stick with this top 4 that we have on the board right now.
So United
can fight with Chelsea and Tottenham. You may not be Tottenham also. I have something like I'm not that confident about them.
All right. The other result this weekend was Brighton versus Spurs. Spurs playing away, and they walked out with a 1-0 win. Pretty professional performance.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing. And by football, it's unfair. Football, it's unfair. Life, it's unfair for Brighton, actually. That's why I'm saying this. For me, I felt like Brighton deserved to win the game. Tottenham were not playing. They were outclassed, actually. Tottenham being Tottenham, their coach being their coach. So he just scored 1 goal. He was like, just do what you guys can do. You understand? But I wasn't happy with their performance, with the class which they have, actually. With the types of Rich Ellison, Harry Kane, so on. You understand? I expected for them to challenge Brighton, you understand, for goals. It's not only about the 3 points, it's also about the goals at the end of the season. You understand? Goals does matter. The goal difference does matter. For example, if they go and lose 5-0 against City, if they scored 4 goals against Brighton, you wouldn't even tell. It wouldn't even affect so much on their goal difference, actually. So now, this thing of winning 1-0 and defending, it will damage them when it comes to a long run, actually.
All right. And the other result, which was the big game, is Arsenal, who hosted Liverpool at the Emirates, and they walked away with a 3-2 win. BK, should we even talk about VAR? Are you tired of VAR?
Yeah, I'm quite disappointed in VAR. Listen, I'm a United fan, and obviously I love seeing Liverpool lose. But for me, was it the first half or second half that was supposed to be a handsball?
Yeah.
I don't understand why wasn't it given? And then when I saw Rashford's handsball and they give it, VAR gives it, I'm like, where's the consistency? What is going on with VAR? Every week must be debate now. What are the people looking at the monitors seeing? It's very, even the penalty that Arsenal got. Yeah, no, for me it was a bit soft. That's just my opinion. It was a bit soft to call that a penalty. Should not have been given as a penalty. But yeah, that's just my analysis. I feel like that game could have gone either way. Arsenal quite lucky there.
Can I ask you something, BK? Do you think that if it was in Anfield, it was gonna be a different case?
You
Does
would
the home
expect
ground
that.
match- Yeah. My
Yeah,
question actually
crowd.
says the home ground, does it matter to the decision of the referee? Do they feel pressured whenever, especially in the Premier League? You know how fans are in the home ground team actually. Does it affect the decision of the referee, especially through the accident of Alex and Trent and who you call Firmino? They're both out now. They're injured, and it was harsh tackles. Like it was really harsh tackles. If you have seen those tackles, it was supposed to be red kind ones. You understand? So does it affect the referee's decision because of the crowd?
It does. It does. That's why when it's a home fixture, the bookies say the home team has the advantage because the crowd can influence the ref in terms of tackles, in terms of throw-ins, in terms of yellow cards, penalties to give. They can, the noise they make, the boos, they can really influence even the most experienced of referees. They can influence a referee that way. And I feel like the penalty awarded to Arsenal is just an example of that. I mean, how it was just too soft to call that a penalty. But it's fine. It's fine. But yes, the home crowd does give certain teams advantage. Yeah.
All right, now, guys, I'm tired of talking about referees. Honestly, I'm good. For now, referees annoy the shit out of me. Anyways, G, question for you: are Arsenal gonna push City all the way, or is City gonna push Arsenal all the way?
That's a tough question. Because to be honest, I'm not sure if you guys noticed. At least Arsenal have played United. They've played Tottenham. They've played what's this other team, Liverpool, and they won all those games. They beat the big six.
Respect.
Oh, you guys won.
There is a lose there. Look at
Correct
the
yourself.
There is a lose there.
On a point of order. On a point of order. They did not win all those
You
games.
can't lose against those clowns, BK.
Okay, so like they won, like they played, right? And they beat Tottenham. They beat Liverpool.
Mhm.
They fought against United. Let me just put it that way. Compared to how they've been playing last season. But then we have a team like Man City that have been basically on a perfect run, despite the draw. Like they've been playing. So I do believe that at some point City and Arsenal will play. And obviously, I don't know what you guys think, but now I do believe that Man City will easily beat Arsenal. Yeah, obviously, Arteta wants to challenge Pep, but it will be an easy win, or like it's a win for us. And Arsenal will have to push Man City, unless if I don't know how is that even possible at the moment. But I do believe that Man City will have a good run, at least until the World Cup.
Pretty agreed.
This is a tough one. But for me, I feel like Arsenal are gonna push. I want Arsenal to push actually. I want them to push. For me, I don't want Pep to win the league, actually. I don't want Arsenal to win the league. I don't want Pep to win the league. But then if it happens that they're the only teams like left there and I have to choose one which has to win the league, I can give it to Arsenal. Because I don't want the Premier League to tend to be a farmers league, you understand? It needs to rotate, actually. The cup needs to rotate. It shouldn't be one-sided. So for me, I hope and I pray for Arsenal to do well against likes of City. Actually, I want them to win against City. So hopefully they're gonna push all the way.
PK, last word.
You would want Arsenal to push City all the way. Mostly for what Pretty is saying, Farmers League. We don't want that for the Premier League. We want it to be as competitive as possible. We want someone to take City all the way, and this season it looks like it's Arsenal. The other teams, which is Spurs, Chelsea, and United, still have to step up, still have to go up a bit levels in order to at least challenge for that. But I feel like Arsenal can take City all the way.
Can I ask you a question, Anima? So what we're saying at this point, we're saying that the only team which can challenge City, it's Arsenal at this point.
At this point.
At this point. But what about the lower teams? Are we saying that the lower teams can't do anything with City, actually? They can't win against City. That's what we're saying.
Okay, if I can take it first. Right now, it doesn't look like it. Listen, City stumbled a bit in the beginning. Crystal Palace was the other team they drew it, Fulham. But after that,
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle.
Not Crystal Palace. Oh, Palace they won.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah. So right now, when City walk into the field with any team, it looks like, okay, let me put it when it's a small team. Like G has alluded to say, they've not played a top 16. So let's see. But right now, when it comes to small teams, it doesn't look like those teams will win when they walk into the field with City. And that's how Ferguson used to win the league.
But isn't it like, look at out of all the 9 games, they played 6 of those games. So at home, they 3 away. Like those 3 games away, it's 2 draws. It's 2 draws. So in a long run, because they're gonna start to play away games, wouldn't that affect them? Because they have a bad record now.
Away. Like I said, for me, they stumble. I don't see the difference between right now. I'm not saying I live to be proven wrong, but for me, it doesn't look like if City walk into a field with any of these small teams, like if they would struggle. Maybe some team they will come and say, nah, we found a solution to Haaland. But for me, anyone else want to take that?
PK.
We're talking about the other teams challenging.
Yeah, the lower teams.
No, not challenging per se, but stumbling City on the way.
Well, I do believe they will stumble, man. They will stumble along the way. I mean, as the games come in thick and fast, you never know what will happen. We saw, was it last season when they were playing Atleti in the Champions League and had to play Liverpool in the FA Cup? When they played that FA Cup, they were tired.
Yeah.
You could see they're tired. So we never know the circumstances that might lead to them playing a good team or a decent lower level team that will maybe take a point out of them or all 3 points. We just have to hope that that someone just takes points of them to make it more interesting.
It's a bit sad because as BK is talking about that, I was thinking that right now they're done with their Champions League group. Basically, they're done.
That is.
Yeah. I don't want to say it's sad. I'm a City fan, but looking at it in football terms, they're done with their group. Now I think they basically have to just make sure they finish in a good spot by the time the World Cup comes. Anyways, BK, is Klopp disappointing us right now?
Listen, I feel like we've been here before. We've been here before where Klopp's team wasn't performing at that level best. It was in 2016-17, if I'm not mistaken, where they barely made it into the top four. They had a lot of injuries, but it wasn't the Liverpool that we know, that play the kind of football that we know them for. So it's happening again this season, and I think Klopp is going to come out of it, just as he came out of whatever was happening then with all those injuries. I remember Henderson was playing centre back at one stage in that season.
Yeah.
Milner centre back. So it was one of those seasons, and this season seems to be one of those seasons. Yeah, they'll be lucky if they go into the top four. I feel like they're a bit off the pace in terms of the top four, but I do hope Klopp recovers. Next season we see, because the season is gone. The league is gone. Even Klopp said it himself, that the league is gone. We're not talking or thinking about the league at the moment. Now it's about maybe top four, stabilizing the team, getting in the confidence to the players. But he said it himself, the league is gone. So we'll see. We'll see. I can't really say I'm disappointed. It's just, it is what it is. Mane is gone. Nunes is not scoring as much as we thought he'd score. Diaz, Salah, not really. We spoke about him last week to say after AFCON he's not been at his best. So he needs to get the best out of these players that are there, and maybe he's gonna do that next season. This season, gone.
Do you know that if they lose that game of City, actually, by looking at the law, if they lose that game of City and most of the teams, let's say 3 teams there, which are below them, and they win, actually, they're going there at relegation. So do you think for them it's a must win against City? Like, guys.
It is.
But
Do they have the squad? Actually? For me, I'm
The
worried.
squad they have.
I'm worried actually about that. I feel like Klopp needs to set the tone right actually for his defense. You understand? Like Van Dijk is becoming Maguire though. For me, I won't lie. Respect for Van Dijk, but he's becoming Maguire. He's too comfortable actually now because they're flopping at the back, and he's that one player whereby we say, Uti, you have to be control of the defense. You understand? Trent is the flop, is good in attacking. You need Trent. But as Van Dijk, we expect you to do better. You understand? But then I feel like dog bench Van Dijk for a couple of games, 3 games. For me, I'll bench Van Dijk. You understand? Bench Van Dijk, play who is that boy? Phillips. Is it Phillips or whatever? The center.
Canute. Not Canute.
He's injured. He's out.
No, he's back.
He's back. Yeah, play him.
He's back.
Play him and play Gomez. Matip and Van Dijk at the bench. God, those boys need that thing.
All right. Talking about, because these are the topics I was going to talk about here. Talking about benching and talking about Maguire. Should Trent still be playing?
For me, yes. Like Trent is that special key. He's special when it comes to attacking. He gives them more options. For an example, we close Salah, they mark Salah. So whenever Salah cuts in, the right back moves with Salah. And then which gives Trent the opportunity the space actually to go in front. You understand? So as a coach, I come forward. I say, okay, guys, now we're forcing to play more like 3 at the back.
Yeah.
You understand? And then we give Trent the ability, actually. You're gonna be our 4th player at the back, but it's not a must because you're the weak link of the team at the right. You understand? So for me, I'll tell them, okay, guys, one center back has to cover Trent, actually. And then the other 2, you have to switch. You understand? And then become the new center backs. So for me, he needs to change his style of play. This thing of his playing the 4-3-3, it's not working anymore. You understand? You have a striker. You have a striker now. Nunez, he might not be doing well, but play a number 9, straight number 9. You can play a formation of 4-2-3-1. You understand? Play something different because now we know what to expect from Liverpool. We know that Liverpool are gonna play 4-4-3, try to press you, and then they counter attack. That's it. So the teams are used to the system of Liverpool. Come with something different, bro. If he wants to rebuild that team, he has to bring something different on the team. Sure.
All right. Before we continue with this question, I'd like to welcome someone to the channel. Theo, how are you, man?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, man. Just introduce yourself to the people and tell them what team you support.
Oh man, I'm Theo, yeah, from Zanin. I'm supporting Chelsea.
You're a Blues. You're a Blues. Tell me,
Huh?
Theo, do you think that
Yeah.
Trent should still be playing for Liverpool?
Can you repeat your question?
I'm saying, do you think Trent should still be playing for Liverpool at this moment?
Alexander.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, based on what actually? I want to understand you actually.
Based on
On the performances now.
Actually, I think Klopp knows Trent very well in terms of how he plays. Trent is a more attacking player. He adds on attack. So if Klopp could have his center backs and defending midfielders fit all the time, I think Trent will play well because he's a more attacking player. His defense is very poor. His defense tactics, he doesn't know how to defend. We all know Trent is very skillful and talented with his leg. Actually, he can swing crosses, free kicks, and everything. He can do long passes, but with defense, he's very poor. So I think a very good fit Liverpool team will come back and compete for top 4. Yeah.
Can I ask a question for everyone? Can we do I have the access to say, or can we switch a position for Trent? Can Trent play a right wing and then make Salah a striker? Can we do that?
Woo.
The problem is there are no right wingers at those formations they play. It's only wing backs. So he is a right winger, but he's playing as a wing back. So he has to drop, he has to attack. So for those attackers, more like Diaz, Salah, and everything, they are more like those free roles players. Actually, they are all over. They don't have like allocated positions or one. They are just playing all over. They can switch, they can go cut in, they can go anywhere. They can be always inside as a striker and allow Trent and Robertson to play on the wings or one. And then they can be wingers at times. So those front three, they are forwards. You can call them forwards. They are not wingers. So it's gonna ruin Liverpool's formation if they take one of them to a winger. And imagine, even Jota cannot play as a winger. Diaz, at least he can try. Salah can try. So Trent is good where he is. He just need a fit Liverpool team, to be honest, because they are not fit at all.
Anyone? Or should I? BK, looks like you wanted to take it.
For Trent,
Yeah.
personally, I would not. I mean, I saw the Arsenal game where he came off second half and Gomez was there. Gomez was quite a safe option in that position. And in fact, Arsenal scored just one goal in that second half, which shows you that he was very good at defending. I mean, he kept them quiet. Martinelli tried to run at him, but he kept Martinelli quiet. But with Trent, the fact that he pushes up, as Theo says, he's quite an attacking player. So the fact that he pushes up, and I don't think Klopp thought about who can cover that position. Because remember, when the game started, he played a 4-2-3-1, and he played Henderson and Thiago in that midfield, no CDM. So he didn't have protection with Trent on that side. That's why, for me, they suffered. And they suffered. The balls were going on that side and they suffered. The first goal, the second goal on Trent's side. So Gomez is a safer option. If you want to put in Trent, he must have protection.
All right.